Well, hello YouTube. Thanks for dropping by to visit my channel. This is the second generation of my original Hennessy hammock that I started using as my first foray into the outdoors, not in a tent. For most of my life, going outdoors has involved some combination of scout equipment, scout canvas. Later on, when I began to become more involved with mountaineering, my first tents were from Hilleberg and the North Face. They claim to be four-season tents, which is not really the truth. They're a one-season tent. High altitude, low temperature, high wind, winter tent. Discovered the Hennessy hammock by accident on the internet before one of my trips to Asia or Haiti, and discovered that they're comparatively cool, with the wind providing convective currents underneath to move warm temperatures away. So this is my first one. It's a Expedition asymmetrical zip. The original suspension on it I had cut off and made a single loop to use with carabiners and the Eagle's Nest Outfitters Atlas straps. For my ridge line, I have an old piece of Dyneema Amsteel winch cable with some prusik knots, and the prusik knots have a toggle that I've tied into it to capture the end loop of the Hennessy monsoon tarp. With this one for the summertime, I have a pillow that stuffs down in a pack pretty easily for in lieu of underquilt and top quilt. This thing is just the top fitted sheet of a set of single bed sheets from Walmart, and feet tuck easily into the fitted end. It's just enough to keep the edge of a cool night off, and without an underquilt in very warm, steamy Florida temperatures and in the tropics of Haiti and Asia, it serves me very well. The bug net tends to cut down on the airflow, which can be a detriment to cool wind. But in the summertime in steamy Florida and the tropics of Haiti, it's important not to be consumed and eaten by invertebrate species. I have tried a experiment with my Eno double nest and now the sub 7 hammock, where I've sprayed the underside of the tarp with permethrin, soaked the hammock itself in permethrin and let it dry out. The permethrin, I don't know if it's intended to be a repellent to mosquitoes or just kill ticks and invertebrates on contact. It seemed like when I used it the first time it had a deterrent effect as well, but I haven't taken it out in parts of Florida where I know there are a lot of yellow flies and a lot of mosquitoes at night. So that'll probably be my next experiment to see if that works. So anyway, I will probably tag this one on to a follow-up video with one of the E&O hammocks that's the sub 7. The weight of this entire system with the Hennessy hammock and its monsoon tarp, the suspension changes with Eagle's Nest, and the ridge line with Amsteel is about 3.5 pounds. A little lighter than the nearly 4 pounds of the older system that had carabiners and descending rings and the entire suspension cordage on the Hennessy hammock. Still a very, very comfortable system to take out in the summertime. It certainly got my pack weight for the base weight down under the 12-pound range, And I'll tag this one onto the new setup, which has the hammock suspension, Cuban fiber tarp, all together down to just barely 1 pound. So thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk to you the next time. Hello again, YouTube. This is the new configuration for hammock and tarp that replaced my old Hennessy for the summertime. This one is the E&O Sub 7, Eagle's Nest Outfitters Sub 7. And instead of having the heavier rope cords, it has Amsteel Dyneema basic carabiner, and instead of the old slap straps, it has this system called Helios, which is essentially a combination of Amsteel and Dyneema straps. The hammock weighs 6 ounces, the straps weigh 4 ounces, and the tarp that I have folded over on itself behind is Z-Pack's Cuban fiber that weighs 4 ounces. So my old Hennessy hammock weighed a little over 1 pound with all the straps and tie-outs and tarp. The entire system weighed about 3.5 pounds. This one weighs at 6.5 ounces, 4 ounces, and another 4 ounces for the tarp and titanium tent stakes. Right at around 14 ounces for the whole thing. Much lighter deal. If I need some insulation, I have a 21 ounce down top quilt that seems to be comfortable enough for the summer, and if it's a little cool on the bottom without the under quilt, still works pretty well. This is my change that I hope is going to get me into the 10-pound range for my base weight, including everything. Okay, thanks. Talk to you again later.